Hello, my loves, and welcome to another creative storytelling. Before we get started, please do remember to hit that like button. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. This way you know when the videos are posted. As always, comment down below as you see fit. If you like your own personal creative storytelling, feel free to book one down below. With that said, let's get on with it, shall we? All right. What do we got going on for today's story? Feels like a bit of observance. I'm hearing Spice Girls when two become one. So this feels like an energy of two people in some form of social gathering who are, kind of keeping tabs on each other. Two people who are drawn to each other, watching each other. Two people are intrigued. Could even be they're not speaking with that Four of Swords, but thinking about it. Ace of Cups wanted to show, but it's not flipped. Six of Pearls. There's two people who are around each other, and yet they're not talking in a sense. These are two people observant of each other. It's almost like wanting to evaluate and assess someone before actually interacting with them. Someone could have red hair or mermaid waves. I'm drawn to the Page of Pentacles to the Devil. Someone is a bit obsessed with someone. This feels like someone who they're around. Could even be someone who they see come towards the end of the day. Maybe there's a place they go or a place they sit or a walk they take. But they sit and observe. It gives nighttime energy. There could be there could be a gathering, an evening gathering, being someplace. This feels like a connection coming together. It could be of two people. One is a bit obsessive over the other, though. I'm not going to lie. Someone doesn't know how to talk to or approach the other person. Yeah, it's the same one here. Someone is pretty quiet, just kind of stays to themselves, a bit low-key type of energy. Okay, so is he going to break the silence? Yeah, he is. Feels like he's going to wait for the right time. He's going to break the cycle of silence. He could even started off a little bit lighthearted, right? This is like someone trying to say something a little bit funny or something cute to try to, it's given like the energy of someone who catches someone off guard. This could even be someone who's around someone, through the job or something. Doesn't have to be with that Hierophant. This feels like someone who is literally around someone in a physical place. How is she going to respond to this? Nine of Wands. She might be a bit caught off guard. But at the same token, it's almost like, think about it. Like if you catch someone off guard, they could be startled for a moment, right? Where it's like what? But at the same token, then there's a form of lightening up after the fact. Tell me more about this. It does have a bit of Hark Who Goes There, though. She's going to try to figure out what is it that they want. Tell me more about this Nine of Wands, Ten of Wands. Three of Cups. Okay, so it's going to catch her off guard, and at the same token, she's going to be trying to figure out what does that mean, or what is it that they want, what are their intentions. But at the same token, there's a form of receptivity, being open and receptive to see where the conversation leads. I feel like she's choosing to go along with it, see where it leads. Although, she's a bit on guard because she's not sure what exactly that they want. But it feels like she's going to assess the situation accordingly and just like kind of move go along with it. That's what this feels like. Okay, so how will this conversation go? Oh, good. Wow, really good. This conversation might end up going on for hours. This is literally giving where it's like they could end up talking for hours upon hours. This is, where it's like someone could even be getting tired trying to stay awake. I don't know, she could even find herself a bit overwhelmed where it's like, I'm kind of actually getting a bit tired. It's like, holy shit, the sun's coming up. It's kind of what that feels like. All right. And what about him? Wow. Ten of Cups to the Three of Wands. This is someone who's looking forward to the next conversation or to the next day. This is someone who it's like they lose track of in sight of time. They want to keep the conversation going. All right, so where does this come? Hold on. Where is this going to lead to thereafter? Well, it all depends, as long as someone doesn't overthink it. Tell me about it. As long as there's no expectation as to where this situation is leading to, where it could go, just being open to kind of go along with it. I mean, really, ultimately, it's all dependent upon them. If there's no form of expectation attached to it, I mean, possibilities are limitless. There could be some form of situation that arises if someone could still say, all right, this is what it's given. If this is someone who's like got an interest towards someone, right? But at the same token, they say something in regards to maybe this person is still like kind of hung up on someone else or still kind of attached to something else, what that feels like, that could put an end to it right then and there, because it feels like she's not going to entertain it if there's still some form of someone stuck or attached to some other thing. And it's like, oh, well, that was nice. That was nice knowing you. Yeah. It's almost like, something becomes illuminated where it's like, yeah, no, we don't do that, right? If like someone, especially with Three of Swords to the Eight of Swords, and you see the Eight of Swords, she's held in a net, right? So if he says anything where it's something where, think about it, well, I'm still kind of attached to this person because of this or that, right? It feels like a messy type of situation, but at the same token, unnecessary. That might turn her off, in which case, she might be like, all right, well, that was nice. It was nice talking to you, but, bon voyage. It's kind of what that feels like, especially if there's some form of messy entanglement that they still have with someone else. That's what this feels like. Okay. Yeah, this is someone who's not going to this is someone with the Five of Wands like this. This is like someone, they're not going to fight for someone's attention. They're not going to fight for a spot in someone's life. They're definitely not going to want to get pulled up in any form of drama or bullshit. This is like someone who, like, they enjoy their peace. And it's like, okay, so what will happen with these two? What'll be the final outcome? I mean, it's really dependent upon them. I mean, anything is possible, right? Four of Wands to the Queen of Cups to the Seven of Pentacles. I mean, is there ability for something more to be there? Sure, absolutely. If this person knows what the hell do they want. The opportunity is there for the taking. But at the same token, the Wheel of Fortune to the High Priestess. If there is something where there's some form of entanglement with another, because the High Priestess could also be, you know, seen as like the other person, right? That which is hidden. This person, there's no getting involved with someone who's still entangled elsewhere, you know, in which case, you know, they're going to plant seeds elsewhere. So it's ultimately all up to, you know, the way things go. If someone is still going to hold themselves entangled in some other situation, then the other person is not going to give to it. They're just going to, you know, water the grass elsewhere, right? But it's free will accordingly. What will he choose? He is not so sure. Honestly, it feels like he's not even sure what he wants. Especially if there's some reason that he's tied to someone else because of finances or something like that. That could be it too. If he is staying in some form of entanglement with someone due to a form of financial aspect, it doesn't feel like it would be because of kids or something like that. There's something else that would tie him financially to them. So it feels like if... It's really up to him, but it feels like he could choose to hold himself to this one, unless if he chooses to cut the cord and say that it's not worth it, especially if the only reason that there's a form of entanglement is due to some form of finances. It's like, is it really worth the price of admission? Is it really worth what you lose in the long haul, right? And the complete outcome of the story. Seven of Wands, Nine of Cups, Temperance to the Emperor to the Four of Cups. Look at that. Well, honestly, for a feminine, it's looking really good because either way, they got something really good coming along. If it's not this one, it's someone else, someone who is quite sure of what they want, who is not afraid to step up to the plate. Emperor to Temperance. Could even be a fire sign, Aries or Sagittarius. This could be that, you know, this is just something that's a bit of an experience. It's not your order. Think of it, Four of Cups too. If it's not your order, you don't have to settle for something that's not what you want, right? So there's a sense of being assertive in what one wants, and that's what brings it in, right? As opposed to our masculine, right? Well, it feels like they're just never really going to be happy unless if they, you know, finally learn to grow a backbone and put what they want, really evaluate what it is that they want, and are they getting it, and what is it that they need to do to get what it is that they want, right? And that's just in general. I don't know why I feel drawn to say it, because sometimes the price of admission isn't worth it for some rides, right? But it's a choice nonetheless. So I don't know. I'm going to leave that there. With that said, my loves, that is your story.